To make this lovely bacon jalfrezi, in a nice non-stick pan, I'm adding just about 1 tablespoon of oil. Okay. So to this, I'm going to add diluted ginger garlic paste. Now when I say diluted, the ginger garlic paste that you have either made at home or from outside, ensure you add enough quantity of water to this, because we don't want it to be in a paste form for this dish. We want it to be in a diluted form. Okay, so I'm going to add my diluted ginger garlic paste. As you can see, enough water, but it has the flavor of the ginger garlic paste as well. Okay. And on slow flame, to this I'm now going to add sliced bacon. So what I have done is, bacon has been sliced into longer pieces like this, okay, and like this, lovely. And I'm just going to drop these into my pan. Okay. Now on low flame, we're going to let this cook so that the ginger garlic paste will soak into the bacon, and the bacon also gets cooked in the same way. As you know, bacon will release its own fat, so it's going to have enough water or moisture to cook, so don't worry. It's well soaked. I'm just going to close the lid. Okay, and we're going to work on the sauce until then. So there you go. We have another non-stick pan that we've taken. Lovely. Now this is nice and hot. To this I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Okay. To this I'm going to add 2 green chilies finely chopped and 1 onion finely chopped. Now we're going to wait until the onions become nice and soft and release their moisture. And remember, bacon is a slightly salty meat, so adjust the quantity of your salt according to that. So I'm just going to add 1/4 teaspoonful of salt because I want the onion to release the moisture quick. Okay. So this will take about 2 to 3 minutes on medium flame to become nice and soft and slightly light brown. Lovely. Now that the onions have slightly browned, okay, I'm going to drop in my tomatoes. So I'm going to drop in 1 tomato, finely chopped. Okay, mix this up really good. Okay. And I'm now going to cover this lid and let the tomato completely ooze out all the moisture and become squashed, which will help us in the gravy. So I'm just going to cover this dish. Brilliant. So it's going to take about 2 to 3 minutes for the tomatoes to be completely squashed and form a gravy. Aside, I'm going to show you my bacon which is cooking. Okay, so as you can see, I've not added any extra water. Like I told you, it will release its own fat, and the good part is that the flavor remains intact when it cooks in its own fat. So I'm just going to let this cook. This essentially will take time. This will take about 10 to 12 minutes on medium flame, but the point is to keep it on the medium flame because we don't want to roast these or fry these, so I don't want to go onto the high flame, because the minute I put it on the high flame, the fat will get burnt easily and they'll start frying. So we want to use it in the sauce, so which is why we have to be very clear about it just being nicely cooked and succulent. So once you put it in the sauce, it's lovely. So I'm just going to let this cook. It's just been about 2 minutes now. So another 10 minutes and then this should be done. Lovely. So as you see, my tomatoes have got nicely squashed. So it's time to add the spices. Okay, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of red pepper powder, quarter teaspoon of red chili powder, okay, quarter teaspoon or to half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, okay, just a pinch of cumin powder, okay. I'm adding quarter teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder just to get the nice red color, and half a teaspoon to quarter teaspoon of curry powder. Now this is optional, but it just gives an additional flavor. Okay, just mix all of this real good. Okay, so I'm going to add about quarter cup of water. Okay, mix this real good so that we are ready to prepare our sauce base. Lovely, look at the amazing color. And when you're cooking, keep dabbing it like this, so if there are any unsquashed tomatoes, they get squashed easily. Okay, to this I'm now going to add half a yellow pepper, so half of that. So take one and use just the half, and I'm using just about quarter of the green peppers. We use it in this proportion because we don't want the flavor to get lost. So just use this much. Okay. Now on low flame, just let the spices cook along with the peppers for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so as you can see, after about 2 to 3 minutes, we have a lovely sauce with us. The tomatoes have got completely squashed, generating a nice puree, and our peppers I've added to the flavor. Wow, I can really smell it. Okay, so now moving to our bacon. If you see, there you go, my bacon is also done. Lovely. It's nice and roasty, all the water has got evaporated, and as you see, it's got cooked in its own fat, so it's yummy. You know, you can actually eat it as is, it's that tasty with just the ginger and garlic paste soaked into it. Lovely. And it's got nicely cooked, it's nice and tender and soft. Wow, amazing. Now to this same dish, I'm going to drop in my sauce. Okay, so I'm just going to drop this in. Okay, just give this a nice mix so that your bacon will get nicely soaked and all the spices would get soaked. Lovely. Wow. Now, most important thing is after you mix your bacon, you've got to let it cook for about 2 minutes, because your bacon is going to release its the salty fat that is remaining, which is going to mix with the taste and the flavor. So I will let this cook for another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to check on the salt again. Wow, so as you can see, my bacon has combined beautifully with the sauce, and it's actually got colored in the same way. When you pick up the gravy, you can distinguish the bacon from the sauce, which is absolutely the way it should be. Lovely. Guys, your jalfrezi is absolutely ready. Try this amazing recipe with bacon and you won't regret it. And at this stage, like I said, you could just taste the sauce just to check if the salt of the bacon has combined into the sauce, and hence it doesn't need any more salt. Lovely. So like I said, yes, it has combined and we don't need any more salt. This is amazingly tasty, guys. Serve this with some plain steamed rice or Indian flatbread, roti, naan, and you'll enjoy. Enjoy!